Now available in paperback and Kindle Unlimited, E-Steam Goddess of. Hell's aspiring angel takes on a demonic dominatrix in this action-packed all-new E-Steam series adventure. Get E-Steam Goddess of in paperback and Kindle Unlimited today. I recently got a chance to take a look at the trailer for the new minstrel show, Loquisha. And this so-called comedy is supposed to be about a white man who was a bartender who was known for making good advice and giving people good advice, asking to try to get a job on talk radio and being told that he can't get this job because he's a white male. Now, when I look at the premise for this Loquisha, it clearly is a minstrel show, and it's a minstrel show in the vein of the 1987 movie Soul Man. Now, the 1987 movie Soul Man was about this white male who was played by C. Thomas Howell, who wanted to get into college. And this white male, what he did in order to get into college was he took advantage of an affirmative action program and decided to paint his skin black and change his hair in order to take advantage of the Equal Opportunity Program. And this film was incredibly racist, just like this Loquisha is, and it was basically blackface. That's what your Soul Man was back in 1987, and this is what your Loquisha is now. It is basically a minstrel show meant to caricaturize the image of the black woman. And it's a really insulting caricature when you think about it critically, because here we have this white man who is pretending to be a black woman. And that breathes brand new life into the old stereotype about black females being fat, black females being ugly, and black females being masculine, because here we have a fat white guy with masculine features pretending to be a black woman. And the poster for this film is really quite troubling because it shows that inside of every fat black woman is a white man. And that's really, really disturbing because it's basically telling the world that when it comes down to black women, white men see black women as masculine. So it's basically in that picture showing you an image of a black woman and basically saying that on the inside she's a white man. And this is a point I made in my ebook, Why 70% of Black Women Are Single, because in that ebook I make the point that when black women thought that they would become more like white women by joining the feminist movement, that what they didn't know was that most feminists are lesbians. And with most feminists being lesbians, what most black women were learning was not to be like white women, but they were learning to have the appearance of a white woman on the outside and have the internals of a white man on the inside. And that's what this poster is telling the story regarding this Loquisha, and basically taking a pimp hand to the image of the American black woman, and actually, as I see it in some ways, holding a mirror up to the black woman's face, showing her the dark truth regarding how your white man perceives your black woman. And what he's saying in this movie basically is that when it comes down to the image of the black woman, he does not see the image of the black woman as soft and feminine. No, he sees the image of your black woman as hard and masculine. And this is the stereotype that your white racist wanted to perpetuate regarding the image of your black woman. And now your white men are now saying that they finally feel open enough to go out here and tell the joke that they know and believe about this black woman for over 50 years. They're just telling that joke openly to the world in between the lines of this Loquisha movie, because that's what this movie's whole core joke is all about. It's all about saying that your black woman is nothing more than a man on the inside, and that with this black woman, white man playing the role of this black woman for this radio show, basically this black woman is nothing more than a white man. So that's the big joke in this movie, a joke that many black women finally are starting to wake up and see they are the butt of, because when it comes down to your black woman, in many cases, she deifies and worships this white man, the same white man who is going out of his way to literally see her with the greatest contempt in many of his forms of media and many of his films and TV shows, where he makes a conscious effort to degrade her, just like they did in this Loquisha. So I'm wondering, all of those black women out here, like your Shonda Rhimes, who make shows like Scandal, deifying and worshiping this white man, I wonder what they're thinking of white men right now, because with this Loquisha, we have a clear textbook example of the middle finger that this white man has thrown up in the face of this black woman, a middle finger where he expresses all of his contempt towards this black woman and how he really sees her and how he really regards her. Because basically, in this film, he is just stating that in order for him to get a job in radio, he can go out here and he can portray this stereotype to get work, and he will be seen as someone who can get work by playing her stereotypes. Stereotypes that your black woman goes out of her way to breathe brand new life into every day, whether it be in these fight videos in fast food restaurants, these twerk videos that they make online where they're shaking their backsides in order to get the attention of these white men they deify and worship, or making many of these videos like these swirlers talking about how they want to go beyond black and white and how they want to explore their dating options. Do you really want to explore your dating options with a white man who basically says that he does not even see you as a woman, he sees you as a man on the inside, and has expressed extreme contempt in the joke he makes at your expense? That's the critical question your black woman really needs to ask herself in the aftermath of this Loquisha, a movie she will probably go out and see in force, even though you have this contingent of black women out here who are trying to organize a so-called boycott against this movie for presenting these insulting stereotypes regarding the black female image. Now, I know that this protest isn't going to go that far, because when it comes down to this black woman, she oftentimes again deifies and worships this white man and worships the ground he walks on, and even if he expresses contempt towards her, she will still go out here and support this white man, even though this white man is basically putting on blackface in an all-new, brand-new fashion by saying that he has to go out here and pretend to be her in order for him to go out here and get work. And he has to go out here and by portraying her, by presenting the worst stereotypes about her, by showing that she is a loud, obnoxious, big mouth woman, and basically she's sitting there insulting her and getting a laugh at her expense, but we know that she will be there in the front row with her popcorn, her Raisinets, and her jujubes, sitting there watching this movie and getting a laugh at something that is not laughing with her, but laughing at her. And that's what the saddest thing about this Loquisha movie is that you have this movie where white men are expressing the worst contempt for the black woman, and the black woman will still go out here and make efforts to elevate the very man who has the least amount of respect for her, the least amount of regard for her, and has absolutely no interest in caring for her. And that just shows how deeply damaged and deeply dysfunctional many of these Afro-American Negro women are. If you'd like to learn more about the dysfunctional behavior of many of these black women out here and how they continue to breathe brand new life and perpetuate many of the degrading stereotypes about themselves, you can pick up my ebook, Why 70% of Black Women Are Single, on Amazon.com in paperback and ebook form, not paperback, but ebook formats. And if you want to pick up some positive images of black women, like my ISIS series, my E-Steam series, the book The Thetas, and the Spinsterella trilogy, you may also do so by heading over to Amazon.com. And I'm also trying to raise funds to publish the first ISIS graphic novel with 10,000 subscribers. If everybody donates $1 to my Patreon, I can get to that goal in 2 months. So I'm hoping that you guys go out here and try to support my work, and I'm hoping that we can get this project funded. That's all I have to say for this video. You can comment, rate, and subscribe.